lovers. Welcome to this unusual pickup party. This is the lineup we've got here for you folks today, and say we really appreciate you guys sticking with us in the wine club. And you know, it's tough times for some folks, but we're getting by and starting to open back up again, so we look forward to being able to see you in person sometime soon. So yeah, here we go. This is a nice kind of spring set of wines. We've got 4 wines that I imagine most of you are pretty familiar with at this point, but all new to you vintages of each one. And so starting off like I usually do, we're going to go in sort of drier to sweeter order. We'll start off with the new vintage of Benediction, the 2016 vintage, and that one, it's a traditional method sparkling wine made with Geisenheim 318 grapes grown right here on the Avon Peninsula. We do that one just as like a really clean, crisp, dry ferment, and then do the secondary ferment to get that fizziness, and then ages for usually around 24 months before we disgorge it. Give it a hefty dosage of just over 20 grams per liter residual sugar, but it's got so much crisp acidity that it comes across still as quite dry. Just a nice sort of pop for any occasion, bubbly, and no need to sit and wait for that one. Just anytime the mood strikes you for some fizzy wine, open that one up. Next up, we have our new vintage of Tidal Bay, complete with its fresh new label. 2019 was one of those vintages that was a little cooler, pretty cool to start out. We're quite a bit behind, and then things warmed up enough in the summer to almost catch us up. And then with a harvest 2 or 3 weeks behind normal, we got some good ripe grapes to make our Tidal Bay blend out of. And so this year, it's a little bit more focused on Lacadie, that being the primary varietal, but a good chunk of Avondale, good chunk of Geisenheim as always, and a little bit more Ortega in there just to punch up the aromatics. You'll find it's a little bit on the drier side this year than normal, just that slightly higher acidity from that vintage. I think you'll find not just our Tidal Bay, but everyone's Tidal Bay comes across just a little drier this year, but really fresh, really easy drinking. Again, always great with just about any kind of food that you could throw at it. Nova Scotia seafood, of course, being the classic, but really, with the lower alcohol and fresh acidity, it can handle just about anything. And next up, we've got our new vintage of the Nirvana, because we've been sold out here at the winery for a little while, but you can still find last year's at the NSLC. This new vintage, we've just tweaked the label, made it a little prettier. Some foiling there, gave it a nice gold cap, and similar to last year's, but gradually veering away from the Ontario grapes that went in that blend. So we're down to 51% Nova Scotia content, as opposed to last year. I think it was about 89 or 90% Ontario. So you'll find it is a little fresher, a little bit lower in alcohol as a result. But I think the flavor profile is very similar on the nose. It's very similar to last year's, and just that light fizz, easy drinking, everyday fizzy white wine, just for whenever you're thirsty. Last but not least, we have our new vintage of Lady Slipper. The red grapes ripened particularly well given the cooler year last year, and we diverted most of our red grapes into the rosé program, and as a result, I think we made some of the best rosés that we've ever made. And so 2019 Lady Slipper, you'll find, is maybe just a touch sweeter than the last couple of years, but it's got nice crisp acidity to balance it out. Certainly it's not sweet by any means, still in that off-dry to semi-sweet kind of range. Great sipper on its own, sip it on a patio or on a beach on a nice day, but it also pairs really well with a lot of different foods. particularly well with anything, turkey, chicken, duck, or anything pork, like a ham roast or pork chop. We've always called it a really great turkey dinner wine around Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it doesn't mean you have to wait for then to open it. Just one of those ones that has a lot of versatility. You can have it on its own, or you can have it with a lot of different meals. So that's the lineup this go around. I hope you enjoy them, and fingers crossed that we can meet in person maybe for the next time. Cheers.